Taijutsu versus Jujutsu, what samurai actually used in battle. Welcome to the way of the warrior. Today we will talk about which martial arts did the samurais used when they were unarmed. Was it Taijutsu or was it Jujutsu? Before we begin, make sure you subscribe to the Way of the Warrior for more in-depth analysis of ancient and modern martial arts. Now let's get into the topic. The samurai, iconic stoic sword in hand, are everywhere in pop culture. But what if the sword is lost, broken, or out of reach? The battlefield is chaos. Even the greatest could be disarmed, forced to fight for survival with nothing but their body. The true test of a samurai began when the blade was gone. We rarely see the desperate grappling, the scramble for a dagger, or the brutal throws in the mud. A samurai who relied only on the sword was already half defeated. They needed a backup plan, one built into their own body. This wasn't about flashy moves, but about raw, effective survival. Unarmed combat was essential, not a separate art, but a vital part of a samurai's education. Terms like Jujutsu and Taijutsu weren't distinct styles, but interconnected survival skills. These techniques were for armored, deadly opponents, not for sport. To understand samurai combat, we must strip away modern ideas and see these arts as brutal necessities, forged in war. Their education was written in pain and perfected on the battlefield. Picture yourself as a samurai, armored and exhausted, weapon lost in the chaos. Your enemy is just as desperate, both of you encased in iron. In this moment, unarmed combat is your only hope. Forget high kicks or fancy punches. Armor makes them useless. Instead, samurai focused on grappling, throws, and joint locks. The goal: off-balance your foe. Find the weak points in their armor: neck, armpit, inner thigh. These techniques weren't for self-improvement, but for survival. A true warrior flowed from spear to sword, to dagger, to bare hands, each transition seamless. Unarmed skills weren't separate. They were part of a complete system. Techniques were simple, direct, and brutally effective. Throws used the enemy's weight, locks broke limbs, chokes ended fights. The aim: create an opening to draw a blade and finish the job. Samurai unarmed combat was a bridge to victory, built on leverage, timing, and anatomy. It was never about points, it was about life or death. The body became the last, most reliable weapon. To understand samurai combat, let's clarify the terms. Taijutsu means body art, the mechanics of movement, balance, posture, shifting weight. It's not a style, but the foundation for all physical skills. Jujutsu, often called the gentle art, is about yielding, redirecting, and using leverage. It's not soft, but smart, using an opponent's force against them. Jujutsu techniques rely on taijutsu for execution. Think of taijutsu as the alphabet, jujutsu as the language. Throws, locks, and chokes all require precise body mechanics, taijutsu in action. Samurai didn't choose between taijutsu or jujutsu, they used both, seamlessly. Their training focused on posture, footwork, and generating power, even in heavy armor. Without taijutsu, jujutsu would be impossible, especially in battle. The two were never separate, one powered the other. This integration made the samurai's body a weapon no matter the circumstances. Mastery of movement was the key to survival. Samurai trained in Koryu, old schools of martial tradition. Each RIU was a complete system: strategy, sword, spear, and unarmed combat. Unarmed skills were always integrated with weapons training. Within Koryu, Jujutsu was the core of unarmed combat. Famous schools like Takenouchi Ryu and Daito Ryu taught sophisticated grappling for armored warfare. Techniques focused on off-balancing, positioning, and execution, tailored for the battlefield. Taijutsu in these schools was specialized: low stances, direct movements, breaking posture, body mechanics adapted to armor and environment. This was practical science, not flashy fiction. Training included flowing from sword to grapple, from failed cut to wrist lock. Unarmed and armed techniques were one conversation. The body's mechanics stayed consistent, weapon or not. The samurai's body, trained in taijutsu, was the ultimate weapon. So, why the modern confusion? After the samurai era, martial arts evolved. Old Koryu faded or adapted for peace, the context of armor and war disappeared. Modern schools, especially some ninjutsu, began marketing taijutsu as a standalone style. It sounded ancient and mysterious, but it's a modern invention. Historically, samurai didn't teach taijutsu as a style, they taught jujutsu, built on taijutsu. The separation is an illusion born from time and marketing. Today, people debate jujutsu versus taijutsu, but to samurai it was one system. Jujutsu preserves the true legacy: throws, locks, and battlefield strategies. Taijutsu lives on within these schools as the essential body art. To understand the samurai, look past modern labels, see a unified, practical system where the body was the final weapon. The samurai's greatest skill was making their own body the ultimate tool for survival. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to like this video and subscribe to our channel for more deep analytics of martial arts. Let us know your thoughts in the comments. We would love to hear your thoughts. Thank you so much for watching. Have a great day!